In the last year, the spike in the number of Americans who shop at the dollar stores on a regular basis has tracked pretty closely with the surge in inflation and the cost of being an American. And if you're one of those folks who is making ends meet by shopping at discount stores like dollar stores, have I got an outrage for you tonight? These nice low price tags that you see, the ones that convince you to throw the item in the cart, apparently they are not always the same price tags that you're charged at the checkout, at least at the Dollar General. If you think that sounds illegal, you're damn right. And the state of Ohio is bringing down the hammer. The attorney general there is taking the Dollar General chain to court.
We have a number of consumer complaints where they said that they had to ask for their cash register receipt, which might just be negligence on the part of the cashier, or it might be evidence that they know that their prices don't match. I wonder whether Dollar General maybe ought to change their price, or excuse me, their name to Dollar Extra to explain their pricing policy.
So if you can't rely on your neighborhood Dollar General, what's the average American to do to save money? And is Ohio the only place where this is happening? I'm joined now by retail analyst Hitha Herzog. She is also Chief Research Officer of H Squared Research, LLC. Hitha, thank you so much for being on. I want to be super clear here because dollar store is a general term, and there are three different ones that most people usually see. They see the Dollar Tree, they see the Family Dollar, they see the Dollar General a lot. We're not talking about Dollar Tree or Family General. We are talking about Dollar General. And I'm curious to know if it's possible this is happening outside of Ohio. The suit's just in Ohio, but they think they've got quite a pattern going on. You'd have to have a pattern to launch a lawsuit. Do you think if they're doing it in Ohio, that it's happening everywhere else too?
You know, Ashleigh, in retail, there's a thing called dynamic pricing, and a lot of retailers practice this. We see this with Amazon. We see this with retailers like Walmart and Target. When there's a surge in demand and supply is low, that price will change. However, in the state of Ohio, the price discrepancy is a margin of about 2%. And what they found here was that prices were changing anywhere between 8% and 80%. So that's a huge discrepancy there. And whether or not that's going to happen in other states remains to be seen. But specifically in Ohio, that price change is just not within the boundaries of what is legal there.
The last time I was in a dollar store, I was so amazed at how many things weren't even close to $1. It kind of made me annoyed, you know. It felt like it wasn't truth in advertising when I walked through the front door. But more importantly, I make a lot of decisions based on the price tag on the item right there at the moment I look at it. And I'm wondering if you have the right as a consumer to get to the front checkout and say, oh, no, you're bound by what you told me the price was going to be. You can't just jack it up because I walked 50 feet. Do you have that right to demand the price that's on the tag?
You not only have the right to demand what's on the price tag, but you also have the right as a consumer to negotiate. It's something we don't really do here in this country, but it's pretty commonplace everywhere else in the world. It's just, as American consumers, that's not what we do. And I'm also an analyst at Doniger Toby, and in our brain trust, we were seeing that even the price of lunch, Ashleigh, is going up so much that people are starting to cut corners when it comes to breakfast items. So while on one hand, we are seeing, people trying to be more holistic and have this healthy lifestyle, now they are cutting back because the price of milk is so expensive. And when people turn to a store like Dollar General to get a discount on basic things like milk and bread, it becomes an issue. Whereas people went to Chipotle for lunch and it was just, a couple, $10, $12 for a burrito, something, a side and something to drink. Now that price is being used for dinner and people are starting to bring their lunches. It is that it's prevalent. It's becoming not just a trend, but it's just becoming the norm.
It's maddening because already if you were listening to the segment right before commercial break, it was all about corporations who are making record profits. Like over the last 2 quarters, most companies saw their largest profits since 1950. And it now just feels as though we're getting double screwed, that it's a big lie that they're struggling with the supply chain and all the rest. They're just tacking on whatever they want. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.